In today's video, get your rumblers ready to rumble as we time travel back to 1999 to play the GWAR Rumble in Antarctica tabletop miniatures game. Hi folks, it's Lee from SkirmishWargames.com. Welcome to the channel. Some of you out there may know GWAR as a costumed heavy metal performance group, but 2 decades ago they were also stars of their own tabletop miniatures game. Published in 1999 by Demon Blade Games out of Rockville, Maryland, GWAR Rumble in Antarctica recreates gang warfare between barbaric space pirates known as the Scumdogs of the Universe, who were bred and led by an enigmatic character known only as the Master. The Master's favorite Scumdog clan was the nearly uncontrollable band known as GWAR, the members of which were ultimately banished to Earth after attacking the Universal Center and causing the Big Bang. So Rumble in Antarctica is a 28mm scale miniatures game where Scumdogs and other factions battle for control of the GWAR Temple in Antarctica. But really the setting is irrelevant. The game is mostly about building demented units and characters and hurling them against each other in pitched battles. Back when the game was released, there was actually a line of miniatures produced for Rumble in Antarctica, featuring characters such as Beefcake the Mighty, Techno Destructo, and Cardinal Sin, as well as a bunch of others I'm not going to name in case any kids are watching this. And as a side note, while those miniatures are pretty hard to find now, I saw photos of a new GWAR deck building game that was being promoted at Gen Con 2019. So if you're desperately in need of some GWAR characters on your tabletop, at least you can possess them in card form. The game itself is pretty simple. Basically, you build a warband out of goons, specials, characters, monsters, and vehicles, using points to buy everything from movement, attack and defense, to tweaks and weapon abilities. The book does provide some pre-built units and characters, but other than that, there's no standard units. You use point values and force distribution requirements to basically build everything from the ground up, which, as we discovered, can be pretty time-consuming, but allows for a lot of variation and customization for the various warbands. So with that in mind, please join us today as we have the forces of Cardinal Sin facing off against the Scumdogs of the Universe in the Infernal Plane, collecting chickens for the Feast of Maximum Occupancy. So that's our scenario today, and let's start off by showing you the various forces. So my team is led by 2 characters. This guy here is Flagellus Maximus with his whip Lash LaRue and his pistol Pepe. This guy here is Jolly Hatchet, and his war axe is named June Cleaver, and his pistol is Gladys. They're supported by a light monster. This guy's name is Carnagebot. He has a frying eye ranged weapon and 2 eviscerating claws. And this guy here, I think, is a really old Necromunda Ashwaste Nomad miniature, but for the purposes of this game, he is Atomic Aaron. He is an elite goon, and he's wrangling all of these regular goons that are basically pod zombies. And so they have wooden fists, and also they shoot darts at short range, 6 inches. So that's my team Rumblers, and now we're going to take a look at Lynn's team, the Scumdogs of the Universe. Okay, Lynn, so who are these happy little fellows here?
So on the end, I've got my light monster. His name's Mr. Bubbles, so named for the bubble splots on his back that he blows out at parties. He has a vicious piledriver arm, pummeling fist of fury, and a rivet gun. Next, we've got Samson Slice and Dice. He's a sharpshooter with a chain sword, bayonet with a 2-inch range, and an oblivion gun with soul suck. Here we've got Apollo Flesh Grinder. He is also a sharpshooter. He has knee spikes, a rotary saw that's poisoned, and hellfire rockets with soul suck. Then for our little goons, the goons have hunting knives and throwing rocks. And then my elite goon is Meat Bucket, and he's got a Buster ray gun and heavy boots of lead.
And these are the Scumdogs of the Universe who are going to try to get the underworld chickens for the Feast of Maximum Occupancy and keep them away from Cardinal Sin.
Yes. Although we may eat a few chickens along the way, so sorry, Master.
That's right, a few chickens may disappear. And I will say you went full GWAR on making your units. Basically, when we thought we were going to do this, we had a bunch of old Chaos Warriors from, I don't know, early 2000s, late 1990s, and then a bunch of extra orc parts. So when you take orc arms and stick them on a Chaos Warrior, you get something that looks fairly GWARian, and you fully committed.
Yeah, he managed to rip off an orc's hand to get his weapon.
That's right. Okay. Okay, so the game of GWAR Rumble in Antarctica is pretty simple once you learn a few basics. So we're going to walk you through that as we go. The scenario today is that the Feast of Maximum Occupancy is coming up. And so the master of the Scumdogs of the Universe and Cardinal Sin, leader of the Imperium, they've each dispatched teams to go out to the underworld and collect as many of these underworld chickens as possible for the feast. So the goal is going to be for the players to run around, grab as many chickens as they can. And of course, then there's the white celestial chicken. He's worth 3 chickens, and he's indestructible. And so if they can get up there and grab him, he's pretty tasty. So basically the way the game starts is we're going to roll for initiative, pick sides, place the units based on the slowest units first up to the fastest units, and then roll for initiative again, and then alternate units back and forth. And things should go pretty quickly because the board is pretty small, the range of the weapons is often pretty long, the units can move pretty fast, and survivability is pretty low. The characters are a little more durable, but the regular monsters and goons and elite goons die pretty quickly. So we'll see if anybody remains alive to actually collect chickens and get them through the interdimensional gate back to their various bases for the Feast of Maximum Occupancy. So I'm representing the forces of Cardinal Sin, leader of the Imperium. You're the rebel scumdogs of the universe, and we're going to collect some chickens in the underworld.
We're going to attempt to collect some chickens. I don't know how many chickens will be collected.
And I'm sure some will be destroyed in the meantime. Initiative. Okay. So I'm going to pick, I'm over here, I'll just pick this side. And you start with the slowest figures first. So that, in this case, is my pod zombies who only move 6. So they are 3 pod zombies with Atomic Aaron as the elite goon. He's kind of the wrangler. He actually moves 9, but since the rest of his unit is 6, which is kind of... Okay, so that is Atomic Aaron and the pod zombies. Okay, so your first unit is going to be your clones. And they move 6 as well, right?
Yep.
And I like how your clones are basically armed with knives and rocks, so you spared no expense.
Nope, I spared no expense.
To arm the clones.
Hey, unlimited ammo that way.
Okay, so my units, the goons move 6, the elite goon moves 9, Carnage Bot moves 15, Jolly Hatchet moves 15, and Flagellus Maximus moves 18. Okay, yeah, so since my units are faster generally, your 12-inch units all get to get placed at the same time because I don't have any.
That's Slice and Dice. Samson Slice and Dice.
Okay, Samson Slice and Dice, that's the guy with the bayonet, and he's deploying right next to Mr. Bubbles. Okay, and then this guy here with the rotary saw?
So that guy is Apollo Flesh Grinder, and he's got the poisoned rotary saw?
Because, you know, yeah, a skill saw isn't enough. You got to put poison on it, apparently.
And he's got Soul Suck on his Hellfire rockets. Yeah. So I've got my clones.
Okay.
With Meat Bucket.
Right.
Apollo Flesh Grinder.
Right.
Mr. Bubbles.
Right.
And Samson Slice and Dice.
Okay, so they're all placed.
They're all placed.
You ready to grab some chickens?
I'm going to attempt to grab some chickens.
Okay, so Carnage Bot moves 15, and Jolly Hatchet moves 15, and Flagellus Maximus moves 18. So that's the order in which I'll place them. So we're going to deploy Carnage Bot up near that chicken. Inside of 2 chickens. So there's Jolly Hatchet. He's going to go right about there. If something happens to the elite goon who's kind of controlling this group of pod zombies, one of the characters can kind of step in and take over control so they don't rout quite as easily and run off the board. So finally I have Flagellus Maximus. He's pretty speedy. He's got 18 inches of movement, so he's going to hang out over here next to the statue near Carnage Bot. And that's our deployment. So now we roll again for turn 1 initiative and see how long these guys survive. I got a 3, you get a 5. Okay, so you can choose to move one of your units first, activate them, or you can have me activate first.
You can activate first.
Okay. Okay, once a character or unit is activated in this game, it has a lot of flexibility in how it moves in fights. Basically, you can move up to your full movement, break that up however you want. You can use any or all of your weapons in any sequence that you want at any point in your movement. So for example, a character could move 3 inches, fire a weapon, move 3 more inches, fire another weapon, and then move 3 more inches into close combat, and then use a close combat weapon. So the way we're saying it is units can run up and grab a chicken, but that's going to give them a -1 die on their defense and their attacking.
And it costs 3 inches of movement.
3 inches to pick up a chicken, or hand off a chicken, or I guess you can just drop a chicken at will, don't you think? And if you're carrying a chicken and you get shot, there's a chance that the chicken's going to get injured as well as you. And also, you can just shoot a chicken. And a chicken has a certain amount of defense because they're wily. They're living in the underworld, so they've picked up a few survival skills along the way. So Carnage Bot is going to, gosh, Should I waste Carnage Bot on a chicken? All right, Carnage Bot moves 15. He's going to move up. Looks like 2. Pick up the chicken, so that's 5. So he's picked up the chicken. Now he's got another 10 inches of movement. And I could have him run for the gate and try to escape, but then he's off the board. So I have to decide how badly I want that chicken. Probably the smarter thing to do would be to give it to a zombie and have them run it off the board. So Carnage Bot is going to move 5 that way, and then another 5 that way with his chicken. And I guess that's my first deployment.
Are you keeping anything in reserve?
So that's a good point. If you don't use up all your weapons during your activation, you can reserve one. So he's going to reserve his frying eye beam, and that means that if somebody kind of runs across his field of vision during the turn, he can take a shot with his eyeball beam. Okay, and so your first deployment of turn 1 is going to be?
Samson Slice and Dice.
All right. That's one of your characters. That's the guy with the Oblivion gun, right?
It is.
All those weapon names we made up ourselves. Basically just get stats. And so he's got a rifle that has Soul Suck as one of its special abilities.
He's going to move up to the chicken, but he doesn't have enough to pick it up.
So he's running over here. He's running up to the chicken. He's holding his gun in reserve, but he didn't have enough movement to pick up the chicken. Okay, I'm going to activate Atomic Aaron and the pod zombies. So I think this zombie is going to walk up to Carnage Bot, collect the chicken, and then, so that's 2 to walk up to him, 3 to collect the chicken, and then he can move 1 more. So he can move that way. Then Aaron has a movement of 9. He's got to be careful not to run too far ahead of his zombies or he'll be out of his control radius. So he's going to run up about like that. This zombie is going to go about like that. And this one is going to go about like that. So should still be in range. Okay, Slice and Dice had a weapon in reserve. He might shoot at one of the pod zombies, but he's going to just sit and be patient in case something else happens. So that is my squad there, the zombie squad, Atomic Aaron and the pod zombies. So your next activation is?
Apollo Flesh Grinder.
Apollo Flesh Grinder.
Okay, so he's going to move 5 to the chicken.
All right.
3 to pick it up. So that's 8. And you said you can drop them at will. So he's going to drop it right there.
Okay. All right. So he picked up a chicken, walked it back, dropped it. Okay.
And he's going to hold his rockets in reserve.
Hellfire rockets in reserve. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, Jolly Hatchet right here is going to, his movement is 15. He's going to go over here and pick up a chicken. So there's Jolly Hatchet, and he's picking up one tasty looking infernal chicken. Okay, now it's your turn to activate a unit.
I'm going to activate the clones.
Okay.
My goons. Send in the goons, yeah. So he's going to go over 1 inch and pick up the chicken. So that's 4, and then he's going to go another 2 inches this way with his chicken.
So really the only way to hold on to a chicken is to run it through the gate and disappear, or hold on to it till the end of the game and hope you're one of the last people standing.
This one's going to go up and stand next to the chicken.
Okay.
And this one's going to go right here. And he's going to go right there.
Okay. Meat bucket.
Yes.
Herding his clones.
Mm-hmm. Okay, your turn to do your evil dude there. Your whippy dude.
Flagellus Maximus? Yes. I'm tempted to either try to run for the celestial chicken or run forward and cause carnage amongst the clones. All right, he is going to...
He's going to stop.
He's going to what?
Stop. Because I get to shoot him.
Okay. All right, so you had a gun in reserve, so you're going to fire at him. Okay, so that guy is, what's his name again?
Apollo Flesh Grinder.
Okay, so Apollo Flesh Grinder held his weapon in reserve till someone popped into view, and that's Flagellus Maximus, and so he's going to shoot. So your attack is
6k5.
6k5, which means you roll 6 dice and you keep the best 5 and add them up. Oh, good roll. 25. So that's a pretty good roll. So I have to try to beat that with my 6k5 defense. I have.
And I also have
15.
Sharpshooter, so I get to roll 1 more dice.
Okay.
And keep the same amount. So that changes to that.
Okay. So 10, 20, 26. So my defense is 20. So 26 versus 20, he takes 6 hero points. If he was just a regular grunt or monster, he'd be destroyed. He takes 6 hero points, and then you...
I have Soul Suck.
Soul Suck, so you roll 2 dice and add to that.
10.
So 10. So out of his total of 33, he's now down 10.
Is yours going to do anything else? Or that's as far as you could move?
No, he moved 12, so he can still move.
Okay.
So he has moved him 18, he's moved 12. We're going to say that going up the stairs is half movement. But before he does that, he's going to shoot. He's got his pistol, Pepe, which has a 12-inch range. He's going to shoot at that clone with the chicken. And it is a 5k4 attack.
Which clone are you shooting at? The one that's standing next to the chicken?
Well, when you fire into a group, you have to fire the one that's closest to you, which happens to be the one with the chicken.
This is the one with the chicken.
Oh.
That's
I
the
think
one.
it doesn't have a chicken.
No.
Well, he's going to get shot anyway.
Yeah. So you can't shoot the chicken.
5k4. I roll 5 dice, keep 4. 5, 8, 11, 14. Your defense was 3k2, so you have 10. So yeah, he's wiped out. And then I have 6 inches more movement. So I'm going to run
3 inches up.
3 inches up the step, so we'll just say halfway up the step. Well,
Yeah, about halfway.
about halfway.
Here, just put this on the step. If it'll stay.
Put it on the step there. And then he will reserve one of his whiplashes in case it comes up. So one clone died in a hail of gunfire from Pepe. Okay, the only guy you have left is Mr. Bubbles.
And he has 12-inch movement. So he's going to come over here. And he's going to shoot at Aaron.
Okay, so Mr. Bubbles is going to shoot the rivet gun at Atomic Aaron, who is the leader of the goons. He's the elite goon leading the other goons, and if he gets killed, they're going to have to make a route test at the end of the turn. All right, well, my bad. Aaron should have had his pistol in reserve for an instance like this, but maybe he'll survive. Yeah, D3K3, defense. So roll 3, keep 3, and your attack is what?
5k4.
So 10, 19. Yeah, that's going to be hard on 3 dice. So, no, so Aaron's killed. So yeah, Aaron goes down in a hail of rivets. And the chicken is relieved. So Carnage Bot here is going to shoot at Mr. Bubbles. I don't think a chicken provides any cover. So he is going to shoot his, let's see, what has he got? The Frying Eye. Has a range of 24, so well within range. And 5k5.
Ouch.
Attack. What's Mr. Bubbles' defense?
5k4.
Stare into the horror of the Frying Eye. 10, 18, 21.
I don't know that I can beat that.
I think you did. 22.
Ooh, that was close.
Okay. So yeah, you beat it by 1, so you just barely
Yay.
survived.
I'll take it.
Okay, so that's the importance of keeping things in reserve. So that's the end of the turn, correct?
Correct.
So we at the end of the turn, so we have to do
Route test.
route tests. So these pod zombies lost their leader, and they don't have a character to take over leadership. So they have to roll.
A 10 or better.
Yeah, on 3 dice.
And their 6s or 5s.
And they're 6s or 5s because they're leaderless for the moment. So we'll see what happens. No. So that is 8. They don't make it. And so the pod zombies panic and rout off the board. So that was quick.
So the chicken stands up again and shakes himself off.
The chicken stands up. Okay, well, I'm rapidly running out of troops here. So had I been able to kill Mr. Bubbles, that would have taken some of the sting out of it. But as it was, I lost my elite goon and my squad of pod zombies. There's my goons. My goons are all gone.
Your goons are all gone.
Turn 2, roll for initiative. 2, 3. Okay, so your first activation for this turn is...
I'm going to move the clones before Flagellus Maximus can kill any more of them.
Okay.
Hopefully. Kill any more of them. So he's going to move with his chicken to here.
Okay.
He's going to move his 1.5 inch to pick up the chicken. That puts him at 4.5 inches. And then he's going to move another 1.5 inches. He's going to move over there. And he's going to hold his weapon in reserve.
Okay, so he's holding a weapon in reserve. Which one? The rifle?
The rifle, yeah.
Okay. Heading toward the gate with the chickens.
I'm trying.
Well, I would have to say that Flagellus Maximus cannot allow that to stand. So
What's his range?
the range for Pepe is 12. But his movement is 18. So I think what he's going to do is he is going to go down the steps. So what did we say? That was 6. Yeah. And then put himself right there. And because he has the whip, he doesn't have to be...
And I'm going to shoot you.
Okay. Okay, because Flagellus Maximus has the whip that has a 2-inch range, even though it's close combat, so he doesn't have to be base to base. But you have kept your rifle in reserve, so you're going to shoot him as he approaches. So what is your attack?
5k4.
5k4, and my defense is
6k5.
6k5. Ooh, that's a good roll. So 22. You got him pretty good. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what is that, 6? So he's down to 17. But now he will wreak his terrible revenge. Yeah. So he's got Lash LaRue as his whip. He gets 3 attacks with that.
Okay, so who's he going to attack?
5k4. First of all, he's going to attack this blue clone here.
Okay.
What's his defense?
3k2.
Okay.
So he's going to be dead. Yeah, he's going to be dead. He's dead.
Okay. What's that?
Because I can't roll.
12, 17,
Yeah.
21.
So which one? This one
Yeah.
with the chicken. Okay. So that chicken's back. Okay.
Then he'll attack the other clone. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So I can't beat him either, so he's gone.
And his final lash, he's going to lash Meat Bucket. Okay.
Why do you think Meat Bucket shot at him? Because he knew he was going to be dead.
Oh, this is not very good. 4, 7, 9, 11.
He's still dead.
Okay. So that's the end of Meat Bucket.
Hey, but he got his revenge in by getting 10 points on you.
That's right.
That's pretty good for a little Meat Bucket.
That's right. And then I guess as long as I'm here, yeah, use Pepe to shoot Apollo Flesh Grinder. His attack is only, 5k4. That's not terrible.
Okay.
And your defense is what?
6k5.
6k5. All right. 10, 16, 19. Oh, okay. 18, 23, 27. Okay, so you laugh it off.
Yes. And I even had my back turned to you.
Yeah. So that is Flagellus Maximus.
And he has nothing in reserve.
Okay, so you're going to move Apollo Flesh Grinder.
He's going to shoot first at your Flagellus Maximus.
Okay.
Since he's a sharpshooter, it's 7k5.
Ooh, good roll. So 18,
23.
23. My defense is 6k5. So 12, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 3 plus Soul Suck, right?
7.
7. So he's down to 7 points.
And then he's going to move and go into close combat
Okay.
with my rotary saw and my knee spikes.
Okay.
Knee spikes of pain.
All right.
So we'll do the rotary saw first,
Okay.
which is 5k4. And if it, oh, that's a bad one.
12,
okay.
16, 23.
So you're okay on that. So you didn't get poisoned, bummer.
Didn't
I was
get
hoping
poisoned
for
by the poison skill set.
Yeah. And then the knee spikes, we're going to try to knee you.
Okay. Okay, 8, 13, 17, right? Ooh, 8, 10, 13, 14. So you did 3. Okay, that brings him down to 4. Getting kind of weak there. All right, I think Jolly Hatchet is going to try to have to help his comrade in arms. His movement is 15. So he's going to race up.
Oh, you have a chicken.
He's going to drop the chicken. Don't need to be burdened with that chicken. He has his Hatchet, June Cleaver, who does 6k5, but has no special abilities. So the first one of 3, 20, 25. Second one, 17, 18. Okay, you beat it again. 10, 17, 18, 19.
I don't think I beat it that time.
10, 15, 16, 17. So you took 2.
Okay, so now I went from 32 to 30.
A measly 2. And he will hold his pistol in reserve in case he gets out of close combat. Okay, so for your next activation,
I'm going to move Mr. Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles.
He's actually already in 18 inches, so we're going to shoot at him first with the rivet gun.
So Mr. Bubbles is firing at Carnage Bot, who has a defense of 5k5.
And he's got 5k4.
Oh, good roll, though. 12, 17, 18, 19. And 10, 13. So that is the end of Carnage Bot. Perforated with rivets. That hurts. Okay, he's moving.
He's going to move 12 inches and come over this way.
Holding his close combat in reserve.
Oh, and then I got him to move. Samson Slice and Dice can move 12 inches. He's going to go here, and he's going to hold his weapon in reserve because we don't want to shoot into our own guy. So that's it for that round.
You don't want to fire the Oblivion gun at your own guy?
No, not really. Not this time. He paid me back on our bet, so.
Okay.
And he promised cookies, so.
He's in your good graces for the moment.
He's in my good graces for the moment. So it was a pretty rough round.
Yeah,
All the
let's
goons
see.
are gone.
The goons are gone. Carnage Bot is gone. You're still in pretty good shape. One of my characters is pretty badly beaten up.
So rolling for initiative.
Roll for initiative. 2, 3.
I will attack first with Apollo Flesh Grinder.
Okay, so Apollo Flesh Grinder, is he attacking Jolly Hatchet or?
Flagellus
okay.
Maximus, because he only has 4 points
He
left.
only has 4 points left, right.
So we're going to use the knee spikes.
Okay.
That was a bad roll.
Okay. 15.
I think you survived
beat
that.
it. Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to use the rotary saw.
The poisoned rotary saw.
Yeah, the poison rotary saw. That was a little better.
16.
Yeah, 18, you beat it. So I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I will hold my distance weapon in reserve. I tried. I failed. I did much better at a distance.
All right, I'm going to activate Flagellus Maximus, and he's going to use Lash LaRue.
Okay.
5k4. +1 because he's in close combat.
+1 because he's in.
Plus
Oh, because you have.
1k0, yeah.
Okay.
So 6k4 basically.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. 18, 23, right? 24, so you beat him.
Oh, good. That's 1.
That's 1. 10, 15, 16, 17. 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so that's equal. And 8, 14. And yeah, okay. So you survived all the lashings. So he's going to attempt to leave close combat. That gives you 2 free close combat attacks on him.
So we'll do the poison one first, which really sucks.
That's pretty lousy.
So he survived that one. And then the knee spikes.
So 11, 14, 15. And he survives those. Okay. So that means he can move away at will. So what he's going to do is he's going to move here, pick up a chicken, and run through the gate.
You suck.
Path. I mean, what would you do in that situation?
That's what I would do too. It was a very good decision.
Okay. So that is Flagellus Maximus.
He escaped with his chicken.
He escaped with a chicken and his hide after lashing furiously and not making much progress. Okay, so your next activation
I'm going to move Mr. Bubbles.
Mr.
It's
Bubbles.
12 inches.
So he's up to this, sidling up to this chicken.
Mm-hmm. And he's holding his gun in reserve.
So I got one guy left on the board. That's Jolly Hatchet. And I guess his only real option is to try to make some headway, hacking away at your character there. So he is going to do 3 June Cleaver attacks. That's 6k5. And hope we get a decent roll. 10, 15, 18, that's a 19. Gosh, okay. 12, 17, 21, blah, 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 blah. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, all right, didn't do anything there either. And my final hatchet attack.
Ooh, that was 16,
16, 21,
23.
22, 23. So 10, 21, so I did 2 points. 2 measly points. And then I think he's going to do the same maneuver and attempt to leave close combat. So you get 2 free close combat attacks on him. Oh, that's a good one.
21.
So, 21. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that would be 8 damage on Jolly Hatchet. Plus he's poisoned, right?
Plus he's poisoned.
So you poisoned him, so there's an extra attack after the phase. All right, and then you have your other close combat weapon?
Yes.
Knee spikes.
Knee spikes.
Okay. 6, 11, 14. 8, 10, 12. So he takes 2 more for the knee spike. Oh! So he got attacked twice, he got damaged, but he survived, so he can still move. So he is going to run this way. He's got a spiked knee in his back. Grab the chicken and go through the gate. Okay, well, no one else is on the field, so you're going to...
So Samson's going to run up and grab the chicken.
Grab the celestial chicken.
And run through the gate.
Okay. And then you get 2 more chickens.
And he's going to run over here and grab this chicken and run through
All
the
right.
gate. And he's going to run through the gate.
All right. So, having defeated all the forces of cardinal sin, they collect chickens, including the rare celestial chicken. Ah, redemption. It's delicious. And so how many chickens did you get?
3.
3. 2 regular chickens and 1 celestial chicken.
He's really fat.
That's
He's
right.
really fat.
That's all white meat.
Yeah.
It's all, pure, delicious, sanctified white meat. So the scumdogs of the universe soundly defeated the forces of cardinal sin, and the feast of maximum occupancy will be extra succulent this year because of all the spoils. How many chickens are you going to eat on the way back, though?
Well, I'll have to save the celestial chicken because otherwise I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Since it's worth 3 chickens, I think I deserve 2 chickens
Okay.
to snack
So,
upon.
look, we got you 1 big celestial chicken. Okay, folks, that is our retro battle report for GWAR Rumble in Antarctica from 1999, so going back 2 decades, and it was very GWARific, I think. If you like the things we do here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please give this video a big thumbs up and visit us online at our website, skirmishwargames.com.